What you're looking at is the Fujifilm X100VI, and there's a reason why this camera is so hyped at the moment, and it comes down to one feature in particular. And that's film simulation. Alright, let me catch you up. In the 1880s, photography took a big leap forward with the invention of film. For the first time, people could capture a moment exactly how it was and hold on to it long after it was gone. Fast forward to 1980 and brands started to pop up here to address the needs of this new market.
So why are you taking pictures of them with the same old film?
Picture quality, whatever the condition.
Everyone was trying to find their place in this rapidly growing world of photography. Some companies focused on making the camera themselves, while others pushed the limits of film, and even some just specializing in the lenses. Competition was fierce, but there was one company that was different, and that was Fujifilm. See, they were one of the only companies that were making the cameras, lenses, and the film.
Here comes Fujifilm with color pictures so true to life. It's a real breakthrough.
Now, producing film for these cameras wasn't easy, and it takes a lot of R&D to get the chemicals and dye balances correct, so when you expose the film, you get the photo you want. And because of this, Fujifilm released different film rolls.
GHR Films, Fuji's advanced technology has developed ultra-thin color layers unlike any other film in the world.
And each of these would have different dyes that create different looks to them. So instead of editing, think of it like it's getting edited as soon as you take the photo. For example, Velvia 100 would give you bold colors with strengths in sunny scenery photos. Or the Fujifilm Astra, which is the best option for portraits and people-centered images. Fujifilm put a lot of time into the color science and developing these, but by the late 1990s, digital cameras started to take over. They offered cleaner, sharper images with so much detail that you could zoom in further than you'd ever need. And it would seem that film was done, superseded by this digital format.
79 years since our last war. I don't think it can go on much more.
But that wasn't exactly the case. A small group of photographers stayed loyal to that old school style, drawn to its raw texture, unique colors, and that grainy character you just can't replicate with digital. And while most brands moved on and focused on this, Fujifilm never let go of that legacy. Instead of chasing hyper-digital perfection, they leaned into their film heritage.
Now we're picking our heads up, wondering when the well.
The tones, the feel, the emotion behind every shot. And I mean, they already had all the color science done already. So since Fujifilm knew how to create the cameras, the lenses, and had all the R&D done for the film, they started designing cameras to sit right at the intersection of old school film aesthetics and modern digital cameras. With their newest release being the X100VI, which brings that film aesthetic to digital. And so with the film look well and truly back in style, I decided to see what all the hype was about. Alright, so let's take a look at these film simulation looks in a bit more detail. So I've set it up so this dial at the front starts changing the film simulations. So if we turn it on and then we start turning this dial, it starts going through all the film simulation looks that are built into the camera. So you can see like these are all like classic Fujifilm films. And so pretty much they brought them over so you can now use them digitally. And as I flick through these, you can see behind it, the look of the preview is changing to match this film stock. And you'll notice that the changes between the film stocks are very subtle, but it's enough to change the whole mood of an image. And also on a side note as well, Fujifilm, as always, has done an absolutely amazing job at the aesthetics of this camera. It's such a nice, like, vintage but modern look to it. Alright, so you understand the theory and where these film simulations came from, so let's actually shoot with it. Alright, so Velvia is one of the better films for landscapes because it has vibrant colors and like high contrast look to it. So we'll be using the Velvia film simulation to take photos at this beach here. Now I know the beach isn't true landscape, it's more like a subset in seascape, but because we're looking to see popping colors, this should work just the same. So you can see that the colors are very vibrant with this film simulation, and that's why you wouldn't really want to shoot skin tones with this one. That is reserved for Astia. So this film has really good like skin tones. For this demo we're going to shoot some stylized shots of jewelry. That way we can use my hand as the subject to show the skin tones. Alright, so the next film simulation is Acros, and this is like the classic black and white look. So this film is good for like street photography and really stylized like architecture shots, which is why we're going to be shooting this and some other things around here. And that is the X100VI, and I think it is one of the best point and shoot cameras. If you want to grab one for yourself, head to camerahouse.com.au, and thanks for watching.